Well, hello, everyone, and welcome to another extraordinary episode of Rise with Hanna Olivas. I'm your host today, and I am joined with a phenomenal powerhouse woman who knows all about kindness. Her name is Cheryl P. Williamson, and she is this amazing global media powerhouse, award-winning filmmaker, transformational speaker who embodies kindness, grace, strength, and unapologetic success. Author of 19 books. She has something we're going to celebrate later in this episode, and I'm just so excited to talk to her. She is also editor-in-chief of Cheryl Magazine and founder of Soul Reborn. So this is one interview that I have been waiting to dive into. So welcome to FENIX TV, and thank you for joining me.
Thank you so much. I have been excited as I got on early. I was so excited. So thank you for having me. I love the topic of kindness because it's definitely who I am at my core.
This series that we're going to discuss today is all about She Wins, Nice Girls Finish First. And I know you and I had a little pre-conversation prior to this interview, just talking about, kindness and winning as a woman are not a weakness. They're actually a strength. And I was kind of hoping you could just share a little bit more about you, your story, and how it resonates, that kindness that we're talking about, and how nice girls really do finish first.
Absolutely. So I have been fortunate to be raised by parents who believe in giving, sowing, and seeding into others. And I remember as a child, people knocking on my parents' door in the middle of the night to get help with food or rent. And my dad would do that. There was no essays that they had to write. He didn't make them feel any type of way, and he helped. And that was instilled in me. So as an adult, I go out of my way to make sure that I open the door for other people. When I am working on book projects, if there's some way for me to bring other people in, I always involve people. I am not a gatekeeper of information. And that goes into the kindness aspect. Because of the kindness, sowing, seeding, and serving others, it has opened tremendous doors for me. Because I realize that the more that I seed and serve and show kindness, the more doors are open to me. So since that is a mantra of how I live, I've been afforded opportunities to work on various film projects and be involved in plays and book deals and sell out conferences and shows, all from being kind. And people saying, "Oh, I saw you. You were so kind to the person who was helping you," or I've even had this happen. "Well, I had no idea that you were the speaker because you sat out in the audience with everybody and you introduced yourself." And they were saying a lot of times people don't do that they come in with this air about them, like everybody needs to be waiting on me. But what people don't realize is when you don't come in with that air of everybody should be waiting on me, more doors and more opportunities come to you because people value your kindness, your love, your graciousness, and we all can win. That's how I love what you said. We win together by being kind to one another.
We were talking before we started this interview too, and I was kind of sharing where She Wins campaign came from. We all experienced, first and foremost, the pandemic together, right? There was no escaping that. And that even kind of started this trend of women competing with one another. The scarcity mindset set in, the limiting beliefs, like all of those different things happened. We rode through pandemic, and honestly, if you ask some people, they say it's still in existence. And it honestly has like this long-term effect that it left. Then we hit political season. And no matter what side of the fence you are, and this show is definitely not political, but again, I witnessed women who were friends, who were colleagues, business partners, just rip one another apart based off of their political stance. It was like nothing was off limits, and you just saw this really ugliness circulate through social media, tabloids, and everywhere else. And I'm just wondering, what can we do, Cheryl, this year to bring back that solidarity in women into that empowerment space? Like, what can we change? How do we, can we fix it?
I believe that we can fix it. And I will tell you, the way that I was able to get through and still getting through that season is because I have personally made my peace priceless and non-negotiable.
Mm.
So anything that does not bring me peace, I do not become involved with it. I do not get inundated with it. And I keep my spirit so high that people's offenses cannot reach me. So therefore, when negativity comes, and it does, as you know, when you're on social media, the negativity comes. I always have people laugh because I say I'm very good at block and delete. And they laugh because I'm like, that's slowing me up from where I need to be. From a standpoint of what we can implement, we need to begin to show each other more grace. We have to get into being kind to one another, whether it's kind at the gas station, the grocery store, or in business. Kindness is free. Kindness is a matter of someone trying to get in the traffic and you just let them in. If that person has 2 items in the grocery store's cart and you have 50, you let that person go forward. But we have to make a conscious decision. I know for myself, I make a conscious decision every single day that I'm going to treat people better than I did the day before. So I'm going to show a little bit more patience, a little bit more kindness. And since we are in that political climate, I don't discuss politics with anybody. And the reason being is because of the stance that this has been. And I have to be candid in this moment. I've never seen in all my years of living, I have never seen the country in the state of hate that it is right now. The extreme hate that it is right now. So we as women, we have the ability to change the world by how we interact with one another. How do we do that? If you have an opportunity, bring another woman to the table. If you know information that's not easily obtainable, share it with every woman that you can. If you know somebody that's struggling, instead of talking about them or their business demise, why don't we galvanize around that person and see if we can save their business? We as women have the ability to change the whole course of the world of what's going on right now by how we respond to one another. So I want to encourage each person who will listen to us on this broadcast to think of a way every single day that you can make a positive impact. And that one way, as we said, is to be kind. Instead of participating in gossip, participating in racism, participating in tearing somebody down, participating in taking judgment on someone because of their view, be kind.
I love that. I think there's so much that you just dropped. You know, it's about changing the narrative. Now, you have been a woman who has literally shattered the glass ceiling. I was sharing with you earlier. I've watched your journey for over a year, and just the pivots, the transformation that you have done. You have soared through and through. You have all these amazing accolades. You focus on philanthropy. Like, there isn't really anything that you don't do. And so my question to you is, how have you been able to remain kind in that world that you just described that's filled, like, there is this hate state? Because you are remaining kind, but that doesn't mean the person on the other end is reciprocated. So how do we handle those uncomfortable conversations, where that backbite exists, but yet here you are, you're showing up, you're doing it?
I'm able to show up because each and every day I start my day by pouring into myself, by celebrating myself, by patting myself on the back. And people may ask, well, what is that going to do? That means that I don't need the world to applaud me.
Mm.
I don't need the world to celebrate me. I celebrate me every day. And if other women, if we start doing that and we embrace the fact that we don't need everybody patting us on our back, telling us, oh, you're beautiful. I tell myself every day, you're beautiful. You are enough. You matter. You have favor. Doors open for you. You receive preferential treatment. I tell myself that. So I'm so excited about the day that I don't allow people's negativity to enter my space.
Mm.
And I don't care where it is, whether it's in person, online, in the bank, people who, sometimes you call and the person will answer the phone and you say, oh, hello, how are you? May I help you? I said, wait. How are you? Their whole day changes because I actually am interested and because they recognize, oh, I was rude. So sometimes as I tell people and my clients, I teach people how to treat me. I
Mm.
teach people how to treat me by the way that I treat me. I don't talk to myself harshly. I treat myself well. I get my rest. I take every Friday off. I let my yes be yes and my no be no. And when we start doing that and we control our own destiny that way, the world cannot take from you what you don't give them to take. So if you don't open yourself up to the negativity and allow people to bring you down, once they recognize it, they don't bring negativity. Very few people, if any at this stage, bring negativity to my door because for me, no response is the response.
I love it. I think one of my favorite things from me following you is I reached out to you directly on Instagram, which I know a lot of people do. And you honestly were the person who answered. It wasn't an automation. It was hey, what is this about? Like, you're so genuine. I think that's what kind of makes you stand out among a lot of the noise out there is just there was this genuine what you just said. How are you today? What is this about? The inquisitiveness. It was a conversation,
Yes.
which I feel like women entrepreneurs, sometimes we miss that connection, that of building a relationship. Like, I didn't slide into your DM with an ulterior motive. I was very direct. You were very direct. And here we are today from that.
Yes.
And I feel like we as women can bring that back and know that there are women out there who really do want to collaborate, who want to see other women, and who can help change that narrative. That's how I see you. And so, how you mentioned earlier, you working with clients. When you're working with your clients, what can they expect most from you? Like, what are they looking towards when they say, you know what, I want to work with Cheryl? And what do they get?
They get honesty. They get no sugarcoating. I'm very, very, very matter of fact about what we can achieve together and what we can't, and what we'll have to bring somebody else in to get. I hold them accountable for their dreams. So many people, they don't hold their clients accountable. I don't want lifelong clients. That's what I tell my clients all the time. If we're not hitting some type of success stride within the first 3 months, I'm not interested because I have a finite time here. I can make more money, but I can't make more time. So I don't waste my clients' time and I don't allow them to waste my time. One of the things that my clients love that they get from me is they get access to who I know and who can bring them to the table. So once people start working with me, if I'm going to be in LA and they say, Cheryl, you have 2 VIP tickets, my client is next to me. I don't have an entire entourage of people following me around that I'm not helping anybody. Whoever is with me typically it's a client that I will say, these are the 3 people who you need to meet in the room while I'm speaking or while I'm doing this. They have access that is undeniable. They will tell anybody that. I put them on platforms that they couldn't otherwise have gotten to because they are my client. The one thing that I love that people have told me is that when I start working with people, I don't immediately start giving them things that they can do. I find out how they're doing. Because what I realize, the richest person in the world with a screwed up mindset cannot keep the money.
That's right.
So if I, right, your
Yes.
life will not allow you to keep the wealth. So what I do in each session, and I'll just say this, I believe in God. So my clients typically, well, I'm not even going to say typically, all of my clients have a relationship with Christ because I pray before we get into anything. And I ask them that, is it okay if we pray? And for the people who have told me no, I politely give them their money back because I'm not going to change who I am to accommodate someone else. We're just not a good fit. And so after that, then I say, now, how are you doing? After I find out that, then we jump into whatever it is. And if this is our second meeting, fifth, I said, where are we on these 5 things? These 3 things. And if they're not making progress, then I dismiss them as well. And that's an agreement that we have, because what you're not going to do is go out publicly and say, I spent all this money with her and I didn't learn anything. But you never take accountability and say, I never showed up prepared. So I'm very particular about who I work with again. And I want to say this for the record. I can make more money, but I can't make more time. So I don't allow people to waste my time. I don't care how much they're paying. I do not allow people to waste my time.
I have to say 2 words, amen and preach. Because it's so true. When you're working with clients and we work mainly with women too, I always say, like, we're not where you just drop your business off and expect, everything to just be this miracle magic potion that happens and all of a sudden Oprah's knocking on your door. It really is a reciprocal business relationship. But you know what stood out to me too is you saying you don't want them to be your client forever. And if they're not getting those results within a certain time frame, then maybe the alignment and the fit isn't there, or they're not doing the work. I think people forget that the work is 50-50, right?
Absolutely.
And so here's my next question to you.
Okay.
With this amazing journey that you have been on, this monumental time in life, how are you most winning?
Wow. I am winning because I have finally received the most dynamic team that I could have ever asked and prayed for. I'm winning because of them. We are aligned. We finish each other's sentences. We travel together. We're winning together. And the beautiful thing that I love about it is they work with me, but they have their own businesses. So they're able to get what they need to get done for me, but they're not losing themselves in the process, if that makes sense. It's like they're not living so deeply in my dreams that they're not fulfilling theirs. So as a part of my dreams coming true, I help them with their dreams coming true. So I have a young lady who she wanted a book deal. So of course, this Friday when the publishing house came, I made sure that that they met. I have another young lady that's a filmmaker that does all of my filming. We're in the process of getting her in front of film people. So this stage in my life, everybody on my team is winning, and I feel so good about it. The ability that I have now to go and serve in various countries throughout the world, I just feel so good because I'm a servant at heart. And if I can just tell people anything, if you want to see your life change, serve. The best relationships that I have, from the former CEO of the Dallas Mavericks to Niecy Nash to all of the different celebrities that I have relationships with, is because I serve. I didn't ask them for anything. I didn't go into their social media saying, hey, will you mentor me? They kept seeing me show up. They kept seeing me buy tickets, support them on social media. And for those who are looking for mentors, Please stop sliding in people's DMs that you've done nothing to sow into or support, thinking that we're going to say yes, because we're not. Mentorship is a two-way street. So therefore, you're asking somebody to give you 5 to 10 hours sometimes a month, but you've never done anything for them, not even shared a post. You want to be in a magazine that you don't subscribe to. You want somebody to help you write a book, but you've never purchased their book. We as women, we have to realize when we want things to happen in our lives, make it happen in somebody else's. The things that's happening in my life right now, they're happening because for years I was helping somebody else make it happen in their life until it happened for me.
Sowing and reaping at its finest. I feel like we just took everyone to church. So I have to say thank you for spending some time with me today. And I know you have written in some incredible books. You have 19 books, right?
Yes.
You have another one, The Baby of Them All. Is there anything that you can share about this amazing book that's being created?
Yes, I am super excited because Penguin Random House just provided a new imprint to a young, amazing, powerful woman in the Storehouse Voices. I was the first author that they signed. So I am now a signed author with money. Yes.
Wow.
One more self-published deal. So they paid me for my memoir because they followed me on social media, and everybody wants to know, how did you get from owning title boxing clubs to now 19 books, being an HBO Max award-winning filmmaker, to stage plays? So my memoir is titled The Affirmed Life. So I am sharing that story. The book will come out in 2026. It's actually due into them in April of 2026. And as soon as it's ready, then I will go on book tour. I'm super excited about it because I'll be speaking about the affirmations that I say in my life every single day that have helped me manifest the life of my dreams.
I just got the chills.
I can tell you said,
it just excites me to see you winning, and I think it just shows proof that no matter what, the affirmation too, when you said affirming, and the faith-filled testimony that you've shared today, I think all those things are important. You sharing about mentorship, like all of these things, I honestly, I can't wait to read your book. You literally just gave our audience this master class in leading with kindness, transparency, passion, purpose, and winning, and also being kind and nice about it, which is why I just felt you were one of the perfect people to have a part of this. So I want to just tell you a sincere thank you for myself, FENIX TV, our viewers, and just for really championing kindness. And our motto is, if you win, I win. If I win, you win. If we win, she wins.
Yeah.
So thank you, Dr. Cheryl, for being with me today and sharing such a beautiful testimony with our viewers. How can our viewers connect with you, support you, and what's the best way to do that?
On Instagram, really across all social media, is Cheryl P. Williamson. My website is CherylPWilliamson.com. And then the magazine is CherylMagazine.com. But all things Cheryl P. Williamson. LinkedIn. I would love to have conversations. If I'm in your city, I would love for us to connect. I do that a lot when I'm out speaking, is let people know where I'm going to be. And then we'll set up a group and meet up at Starbucks, because it's impossible for me to see everybody individually. I thank you for allowing me to share your space and your place at this time. I hope that something that you and I have said today will help someone who listens and pushes them into purpose, but the purpose of being kind And knowing that when we're kind and we show that footprint, that other people will walk in the footprint that we leave.
Amen. I love it. Well, thank you for joining me today. And for all of you watching Rise with Hanna Olivas exclusively on FENIX TV, Cheryl is our closing amazing woman for this series, which is why I was so excited to have her. Please connect with her. Grab all 19 of her books. Stay tuned for number 20 because I think that's going to be the big one. And let's continue to help her win and support her. Thank you, everyone. And we will see you next time on FENIX TV.